Alright, so in this episode of Retro Wednesdays, we're going to take another stab at Robocco Wars, because I got kind of pissed that we didn't beat it. Because we got pretty far. And, I don't know, we've already kind of talked about this.
Start it up, man. Go
let's
for
just
it.
do it.
Plow.
Let's rip. Fuck. We're already off on the wrong foot. Wrong controller. I should have known because this start button feels way more worn in than the other one. This is my original 1986 controller.
Original hand sweat.
Yep. Tears and all the rage. I really do think the last time we played this game, we actually had turbo on for jump. Because the jump isn't as... It's still squirrely, but it's slightly less squirrely than the way I remember it.
Robocco. Did we find out if this was a kid's game or not?
I don't think it is. I looked. The only other thing I learned about it is that it's like there's a storyline in this game where you're like a kid controlling this robot.
So you're not in the robot?
No, you're like controlling it. I think from outside. You can just tell this is a Famicom game because it just feels so much weirder. It just feels weird compared to an American game.
Yeah. I like that though. I like that they didn't have to. It just seems like this is just my perspective. I can't verify anything, but it just seems like a lot of the Western games are very much like have to be realistic and they have to be they have to like make sense and there can't be any like holes. And I felt like with Japan, like they did whatever the fuck they wanted anytime.
Yeah, I agree. I think like
that.
There's this American thing about war games and like I don't want to say violence because then it's like violent. It's not what my point is. It's just like I felt like the games in the United States always felt like they had to be masculine or something or macho. Macho is a better word.
Yeah, that's true.
And like these games just aren't like that. Like they're just fun. Like who cares? You're a spaceship shooting airplanes in croissant skies. Like it doesn't matter.
I never thought of that. But I guess back then, games were marketed towards young males.
Yeah. I mean, and then you think about it, like, that's been the whole marketing strategy for every game system out in the United States was like, you know, Genesis was better than Nintendo because Nintendo played little kids' games. And, you know, PlayStation is better than Nintendo 64 because it played violent games. And that's always been the MO in the US for some reason. Yeah. And I mean, Japan, in its own way, does the same thing now. Like, it's not like they're that separate, but they seem to always have like more fun, like whimsy, weird games than we did.
Yeah.
Growing up, like all our games were all.
That's why I really liked. I'm sure I brought it up before, but I really liked Evil Within. I know it's a modern game, but their premise was made it so that they could do whatever they wanted. They didn't have to like somehow tie it back to reality. Like they just did what they wanted. I thought that made the game so much more fun because you never knew what you were going to see, and they didn't have to conform to some thing. Like, when you get caught up in that, it seems like it stifles the creativity.
Right. Oh, come on! Ah, I got fucking on.
Like now everything has to have a physics engine.
Yep. Well, it's like one of my favorite modern games. Okay. Thank you. One of my favorite modern games, Destiny. It was like, oh, the game doesn't have a super deep interactive storyline that explains every single thing about the game to me. It sucks. And it's like, yeah, Destiny didn't have much of a storyline. I'm not going to sit here and try to defend that, but I don't know. People made it out like it was like it's the worst thing ever created because it didn't explain to me what every single thing was. And it's like, I kind of like the fact that it doesn't explain everything, because then you have to sit there and figure it out yourself, or you can make your own conclusions. I always think there's something, like, some hidden thing in here, and there never is.
Well, you know my stance on stories.
Yeah. Kill them.
Get rid of them. I don't think I've ever been invested in the story of a video game, ever. I don't know.
Don't just jump
I'm trying
down
to think.
and forget.
I thought Borderlands 2 was great, but I didn't really care about the story so much. The characters were funny. That made it kind of fun. Other than that. I don't know, do you get, like, invested in games?
I do.
To the point where you really like the story enough to...
I've done it in some games,
Like, what,
you know.
name a game that you really thought the story was very, very good.
Knights of the Old Republic.
Okay.
So fucking good.
The story was good.
Yes.
Okay.
You cared about your character almost immediately. Did we keep going?
Sure, yeah.
Chrono Trigger.
Love to hear...
You care about those, like, that's the character. That was one of the first video game characters I can think of that I really was invested in, like, emotionally or whatever. Like, I wanted, like, I don't want to, you know, I hope I'm not spoiler alert, but in Chrono Trigger, one of the things that happens in the game, it's at a midway point, is your character, the main character you play as, Chrono, he appears to die, like he sacrifices himself to save all his friends. And it was the first time I'd ever played a game where that happened, where it's like, holy crap, the main character isn't in the game for a period of time. But even moreover, like, it hurt. Like, I was like, holy shit, this is so sad that he's gonna, like, die to try to help him save his friends. And then, like, what was the other one? That was cheap. That game also had a character in it named Frog, or he eventually gets his human name back, Glenn. And like, you care, like, I don't know, you just start caring about that character. At least I did.
Okay.
Those are just two off the top of my head.
I'm trying to think of a game that I like the story of. I mean, I guess I like Evil Within a lot. I like this. I guess I like the story.
I need to play that more, because I guess I don't think I played it very much.
I just thought it was... I always talk about it, but I really thought it was great. It's got that Silent Hill-esque thing going on, but it's a little bit more combat-based. It's very scary, in my opinion.
I almost think
not
about
jump scare so much, but creepy. Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Well, if you ever want to play it, I'm definitely down.
For some reason, I always think about I get Evil Within and Dying Light mixed up because they both came out at the same time.
I guess like Penumbra was pretty cool. Like, the story behind that was pretty cool. I actually did like that one. And I thought Soma was interesting.
Yeah.
It made you think. Did you play through that?
Soma, no.
You don't like it, do you?
I never
Did
really
you ever
played
play
it.
through any of them?
I played Amnesia, I think.
Did you play through it though?
No, I played it for a little while and then I stopped. I don't
Why did
remember
you
why.
stop? I wonder.
I don't know, I just stopped. Sometimes I just do that, even if the game I like, I just stop playing it.
Huh.
Sometimes I do this thing where I get super obsessed with a game to the point where, like, I spend all my time, like, playing, like, thinking about it, and then I go to play it, I'm like, yeah, I don't care.
I think Frictional puts out some of the best games in the last, like, 5 or 10 years. They really did a great job.
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah, you were going for it.
I was. That's my MO in this game. Oh man, now I'm fucked because I have a shitty gun too. Fuck. I fucked up really bad. Oh, this is gonna be so annoying now. If you're powered up, this is so easy. I'm gonna die on this definitely now.
I can't remember this. Now Now I remember. Okay. It's the Shinkansen.
Yep.
You ever see that movie, Lost in Translation?
A long time ago, but yeah.
I saw it a long time ago too, and it was before I ever went to Japan. I just watched it last night, like a little bit of it, and it's much better when you have, like, after you go to Japan and you watch it. 'Cause there's a lot of stuff in it that's, like, pretty accurate. I remember when I was playing this level.
I know. Well, it's always like the way it works. Like, once you play it the second time, like, it's so much easier. Oh, come on.
If you had the powered up weapon, this would have been over already.
Yeah, I would have destroyed it in like 10 seconds. But now I'm fucked. That's so disappointing. I'm so mad at myself.
Well, you're powered up with this guy, right?
Yeah, the other ships I'm powered up on. But the last level is... Well, from what I saw, because I never make it to the last boss, but what I saw of the last boss is actually pretty easy. It's just, the last level is a maze, and I was playing it, and then my wife wanted me to come upstairs and watch a TV show with her, and I was just like, I don't feel like... I don't want to say no, because we hadn't hung out that week, or very much that week. And then, I don't know, I was getting bored, and I was like, I don't really care, because I kept getting lost, and it's like, at one point I was like, I don't care as much. But the fact that I got to the last level was like, alright, I know we can beat this now.
The shrimp.
I have very finicky, I think we talked about this last time, I think I have a very finicky relationship with shrimp. Like, I like shrimp, but only in certain settings. Like, I could never eat shrimp. This sounds weird, but like, I could never bring leftover, like, or shrimp to work and like heat it up. I'd be so grossed out.
Well, really?
I don't know, it's weird.
Do you like steamed shrimp?
I'll eat any kind of shrimp. Like, it's not even the shrimp, it's just the, I don't know, it's the fish smell maybe?
Eating?
Yeah, I don't know. Plus, like, when you have bad shrimp, it's like the worst. Like when it's all like rock hard or like rubbery.
Yeah.
That pattern that I just did, that's exactly what you have to do for that boss that we had trouble with last time.
Okay.
You just stay on the back and you just like jab up and down like that. That's what I learned at least. And he does two patterns. He does one that's like a spread one that's harder to dodge, and then the second one is really easy to dodge. But I am maxed out on hearts at least, so I have... I forgot
I haven't
that
had
pattern.
shrimp in a long time.
Shrimp!
Shrimp was good though. I remember it being really good.
That's what I need. Gotta get them extra lives.
Do you like shrimp salad?
No, I've never really had that. You know another thing I've never had a lot of that everyone always is like, how can you do that? You're South Jersey Shore baby. Is I've never eaten a lot of crabs. Like the break apart crabs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in the shell. I don't know, I just never too much work. Yeah.
Holy shit. Robocco beast. What is this thing? A watermelon?
Yeah, I don't know. It's Space Demon. So this part's actually really easy. It just takes a long time because you don't get a lot of shots in. Oh, fuck. I think if you dodge down, it's actually better.
Watermelon with a fez on?
Ah, these burping garlic stars.
It's all about the smells, man.
It is.
I think you should do a video top 5 worst smelling video games. You need to do that.
I probably could. There's so many of them though that I think would smell really bad. Like even for the Genesis, like Toe Jam and Earl, they stink, guaranteed. I mean, the one dude's called Toe Jam. You know he's haggard. This is like the one.
I'd love to watch that video, definitely. Or not movie, video.
All right. I have to put that on my list of the never-ending list of videos that I want to shoot. That I never have time
that's
for.
a pretty unique approach that no one's really done before.
That is true.
I thought I was okay at shoot 'em ups, and then I went to Japan and realized that I am fucking really bad. Like I would try as hard as I can in the game. For instance, Gain Ground.
Yeah.
One of my jam games.
I love that game.
I went to an arcade that had it. I was playing it, and I tried so hard, and I could only get to like a few levels in. And I'm standing there watching somebody else play a game, and some dude taps you on the shoulder to move, and sits down in front of it and just like,
Just rips
no
it.
problem. Just done.
Wow. Yeah, this part's the part that sucks. So it's the hanger things. I'm trying to remember this boss fight. I don't
Mecha
remember.
Shark? Boss Shark.
It's the fist that's the hard part to dodge. You have to dodge it. You have to dodge down, or you can't do it.
It's definitely a Darius-esque boss. Nice job.
All right, made it to the last level. This is where I'm gonna probably need your help.
Do you need guidance?
I don't. It's like it's not the guide. It's like I just don't know where I just need someone to watch me and show me where I haven't been. Does that make sense? All right. So it's a cube castle, and there's 4 different shapes, right? And you can follow these arrows in certain directions. And I have to get to 4 different tunnels to fight 4 different mini bosses. So I think this time I'm gonna go up and stick with the blue arrows.
Alright, so you're going blue.
Yeah. Like for some reason I just kept getting lost, and I was just like, oh my god, I don't care anymore. So yeah, I'm already like confused because the blue arrows have gone away, and now I'm dealing with mustard yellow arrows. But whatever.
It's not green.
Those are yellow, I think.
Just have to keep shooting them up.
Yeah, it's just tedious. Oh my god! You are such a fucking loser!
No, man, you need to calm down.
This is so aggravating. Three, 4, 5, 6.
Just be patient, you'll get it.
Why the fuck?
Oh, if you had a power-up weapon, it would be like...
I would have beaten it by now, but since I had to be a smart guy. know how many hits I have to hit him. 5,000 probably.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
I mean, I'm only hitting him like 5 times each time.
Man, how many hits does it take? Been going at it for a while.
I know. Come on now. There we go, finally.
Good job.
Shit! Getting so mad at that stupid shit. It was so stupid easy, and I'm just like making fucking dumb mistakes.
You beat it, man. You beat Robocco.
Thank God. So apparently my name was Lance. That was such like an 80s name. Lance. Should name my next kid Lance.
You did it, man. That's awesome. I didn't even get to play.
I'm sorry. Do you want to play now?
Nope. Well, since you just played, I'll give you my
Okay.
second
Sorry.
final thoughts.
Hogging it. Drunk okay.
The same thing applies this time around, and that is that the controls make this game kind of suck.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's really not. But and I know that they were just trying to do something different with the controls, like because you're a train or whatever. But it just makes the game tedious, and it makes it so that everything's like delayed. Like all the times that you got hit on the boss, for instance, you press the button at the right time. It's just that you have to position yourself ahead of time, or else you're gonna get hit.
Right.
At the last boss wasn't even hard. It's just it's a game of tediousness. Like
Yeah.
You just have to go through it.
The mini bosses before the last boss are harder than the actual final boss. Which, like, you know, that happens. Sometimes you just get an easy, you know, some games that are great have really easy final bosses. Like, you know, the revered Contra, when you shoot the heart, I mean, it's not that hard. Like, compared to some of the other bosses, it's like nothing.
Right.
But, like you said, the biggest problem with this game is the controls. But, even moreover, it's just like, I feel like the hit detection is very strange. Because sometimes you'll jump on top of something and it will hurt you, and other times you just ricochet off. Like, even when I was fighting the final boss, you would see me like land on top of him, and I would take like 8 hits, and you would hear it go bah, 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 like I'm getting hit, but my life wouldn't go down. And I never understood why that's like that. It's just very strange. And I feel like it's a very unpolished game. I think is the best way to put it. And I can understand why they didn't release this in the United States, because I think people would just been like, what the fuck is this insanity? Like,
Yeah.
there's no story that I know about. I mean, apparently I'm Lance and I'm fighting with a robot named R10. None of that is ever explained in the game whatsoever. And then you're just in these goofy backgrounds with like cartoon planes and toys and stuff while you're shooting. Like, they could have made it cool. If they wanted to westernize it, they should have made it, instead of Robocco Wars, they should have called it like RC Wars, and it's like you're a kid who controls a remote control toy, and that's what you're fighting with through the game. Something like that.
Yeah.
You know? Like, they could have made it part of the RC series.
If they tightened the controls up a little bit, I think they would have.
Yeah. There's better
this game
jumping.
probably would have been one of the ones that people remember.
Yeah. It was definitely, the jumping is definitely, it's like Amagon level of like goofiness. Like, it's very floaty and very like up and down weird, with like weird arcs to it and everything.
Yeah.
It's not cool. It's definitely a good, like an okay but not great game. It's probably okay to good. That's probably where I'd put it. But it's cool to have, and it's, you know, it's a cool example of a Famicom early shoot 'em up or whatever. And although it was done in 1991, which is a little bit ridiculous, but
That was pretty late.
yeah. So, yeah, there you have it. Robocco Wars. Rage Wars, I would call it. So I was getting so fucking angry.
For a while there, I was getting a little worried.
I wanted to beat
You're
it
a
real
fucking
good.
loser.
I was just making so So many stupid mistakes. Like, I know the thing goes right, and then left, and then right, and I'm just standing there watching it going, oh, whoever's gonna hit me. Bob. Like, what the fuck? Get your head in the game. But anyway. Did you also notice in this game sometimes the sound gets quieter? Maybe it's just my imagination.
No, but I do kind of understand what you're saying with the out of tune thing.
Yeah, it's really out of tune in some spots. It's very strange. I hate that. Well, anyway. This is Robocco Wars, and for Retro Wednesdays, until next time.